So today we shall be studying the first chapter, India, size and location. The relationship between longitude, the things that we will learn in this chapter is the relationship between longitude and time. We will also learn about latitude. We will learn the concept of standard time and local time, and we will understand the position of India and their relationship with other neighboring countries. This chapter has 3 learning outcomes. The topics that we have in this chapter is India's location, India's size, India and the world, and India and its name. A question that's always asked anywhere is, where is India located? The answer to it is very, very simple. It lies entirely in the northern hemisphere. But how can you prove this? What do you know about? How can you say that it lies in the northern hemisphere? Well, this is the picture, this is the world map, and this is the you can see the yellow color, that is the India. If you look at this India here, you will notice that this is equator. This dotted line is the equator. The standard dotted line, what is this? The prime meridian. So this divides the earth into 2 parts. This is the east hemisphere. This entire thing is the east hemisphere. And this entire thing is the west hemisphere. Similarly, this line divides the earth into 2 parts. This is the north hemisphere, this is the south. So we lie in the northeastern hemisphere on the earth. Okay. All right. So these are some important latitudes. Now, what are latitudes? Now, latitudes are these imaginary lines that we use to helps us to locate a particular place. Latitudes and longitudes are these imaginary lines, the reference lines drawn. So these are called latitudes. These are the reference lines that are horizontal and they run throughout the globe. Very important is that they are parallel to each other and they will never intersect. Okay, they are completely circular. Totally, there are 180 latitudes. So if you look at this particular picture over here, these are some important latitudes that you all have learned. We start from 0 degrees and there is 1 at every degree. So it reaches till 90 degrees here. There's 1, 2, 3, there are like 23.5 comes here, 66.5 is here, 22.5 degrees south is here, 66.5 degrees south is here. Okay, so this is the South Pole and this is the North Pole. Over here, North Pole, over here, South Pole. So there are 90 on the top, there are 90 at the bottom. Totally, there are 180. And the most important work that they do, the most important that they have is they tell us about the climate of the place. So if you look at this Arctic Circle, it's at 66.5 degree north. Everything above it is a frigid zone, and below it and above Tropic of Cancer, over here is the temperate zone. Okay, this becomes torrid. Over here we have torrid again, temperate and frigid. Now when you have the equator passing here, equator divides the entire world into 2 equal parts. Okay. Okay. These are the important longitudes we have. These are again reference lines. They are vertical. They are not horizontal. These are vertical. They are semicircular. If you have listened correctly, the previous ones were circular. That is, the latitudes were circular, but longitudes are semicircular. They are not parallel to each other. Okay, they intersect at the North Pole and they intersect at the South Pole. They are not parallel to each other. They are totally 360 in total, 180 in every hemisphere, 180 in the eastern hemisphere, 180 in the western hemisphere. And these are used to calculate the time of the place. Longitudes help us to calculate the time of a place. I want you all to take down a homework over here. Please write down in your notebooks 5 differences between latitude and longitude. 5 differences between latitude and longitude. Okay. Here again, we have the location of India. You should be able to easily identify India. It's the red color square over there. It lies in the northeast part. You should be able to see this clearly now. Same picture. I have taken lots of pictures to prove this to you. Right in the center, we have the prime meridian, and this standing line from north to south. The one at 0 degrees in the center is prime meridian. The sleeping line in the center from the equator is called the equator, which runs from west to east. Now, the mainland of India extends between. So if you look at the two longitudes over here, we have the east, we have the one on the extreme. Sorry about all this. I just went to take a pen to show you all everything that I was talking about, and it got. I'm so sorry. Okay, so if you look over here from this is the westmost point, that is, sorry, over here. The westmost point, that is the Gujarat. To the eastmost point, that would be Arunachal Pradesh. Again, the topmost point, that will be Kashmir. To the bottommost point, that southmost point will be Kanyakumari. So when you have this, if you measure the distance and if you are able to plot it on the map, you will see that we have, it runs from 868 degrees, 68 degrees 7 east to 97 degrees 25 east. And from the top, from the bottom, that is Kanyakumari, is at 8 degree 4 north, and top, that is Kashmir, is at 37 degrees 6 north. So when you do some calculations, very simple calculations, you will see that the total between all this, if you deduct everything, you will come to 30 degrees. That means the mainland extends to 30 degrees. Okay. We already know that Tropic of Cancer divides the country into 2 equal parts. Tropic of Cancer divides the entire country, entire India, into 2 equal parts. I want you all to quickly type the answer, the number of states that it passes through. Of course, you can see the shaded region and count, but I would like if you all know it. All those who said 8 is absolutely correct. It passes through 8 states, and the names of those 8 states are, name the 8 states. These are the 8 states that Tropic of Cancer passes through. Please note them down in your notebook. This is very important. Pause and note down, because I am moving further. The names of the states are Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura, Mizoram. Okay, all right. Now, very important to also know the distance between the topmost point to the bottommost point and the eastmost point to the westmost point. So the distance between east and west is 2,933 kilometers, and the distance between the top and bottom is 3,214 kilometers. Now, like I spoke about this before, the latitudinal and the longitudinal extent of the mainland is about 30 degrees. That means both the difference between, that means the latitudes and the longitudes that pass through the country are almost equal. Okay, despite this fact that the east and west extent looks smaller compared to the north-south extent. The mainland extent between latitudes and longitudes. Here I've done calculation and showed it to you. The difference is, latitudinal difference is 29.02, longitudinal difference is 29.88. What all I have taught you all till now, I want you all to see this very well. Okay, so here from 37 degrees north, 6 degrees right till here, this is how much? 3 3214 kilometers. 3214 kilometers. And from this till the extreme east point is 2933 kilometers. Now, again, if you look at the latitudes and longitudes, that is, we have 66.7 here, we have 97 over here, we have 37, we have 37 over here, and we have 8 points. If you divide all this, we realize that we have our, we will realize that we have 30 degrees. That means our the extent of latitude and longitude is 30 degrees, and both from the top and from the bottom. That means this and this is equal. Even if this looks a little, if because we normally look at it like this, that's why we find it little smaller. It's right till here till Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, and the standard meridian passes through here. This is the standard meridian of India, which is at 82 degrees 30 east. Is this clear now? Okay, moving on. Questions that you all are going to do. These are all one-line answers. Again, you will write these down in your notebooks. And this you will find out on your own. In which hemisphere does India lie? What is the latitudinal extent of India? What is the longitudinal extent of India? Name the parallel of latitude, which divides India roughly into two equal halves. Now moving further to the next topic, India's size. Now the land mass of India has an area of 3.28 million square kilometers. India's total area accounts for about 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. So that means we are having barely any, we are taking in the entire world, we are only 2.4%. Okay. Now this is a very interesting bar graph. Okay, what do you see in this bar graph? You have names of some countries here, and you have their area in square kilometers. And since we are 3.28 million square kilometers, you will see that we are just after Australia. It's us. Okay, and Australia by itself is a continent. Right. So we are the 7th largest country of the world. India, we have a land boundary. Okay, so if you look at the map of India, you will realize we have two boundaries. If you look at this map correctly, you will see we have two boundaries. Right over here, we have a land boundary. And at the bottom over here, we have the coastline, that is the boundary with the water. So land boundary is around 15,200 kilometers. And Andaman and Nicobar, and if we include the land boundary of Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshadweep, we have to add, okay, it will become 6,500. Okay, if the coastline includes the land boundary of Andaman, Nicobar, Lakshadweep, if we include in the coastline the boundaries of Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshadweep, it is 7,516 kilometers. This is 15,200 and this is 7,500. 16.6. So what do we have in India? Over here we have some mountains. So India is bounded by the Yangpol Mountains in the northwest, north and northeast, and south about 22 degrees, that is around here. It begins to taper and extend towards the Indian Ocean, dividing it into two seas. So this entire thing is an Indian Ocean. This entire thing is an Indian Ocean here. And because we are tapering down, we are dividing this into two parts. Here we have the Arabian Sea. Here we have the Bay of Bengal. So these are the mountain ranges on the north, northeast, and northwest. Okay. From this point, India begins to taper towards the south. Here we have Andaman, we have Arabian Sea, And we have Lakshadweep, which is situated in the southwestern direction. Over here, we have Andaman Nicobar, and this lies in the Bay of Bengal. This is the Indian Ocean, and we have divided it into two parts. Again, Arabian Sea to the west, Bay of Bengal to the east. Okay. So again, some questions for you all to note down. What is the total area of Indian landmass? What is the size of India among the countries of the world? What is the total frontier of India? And give the total length of Indian coastline, including